So, to kind of summarize what we've covered, um, we've looked at the four regulative principles, which were no intoxicants, no gambling, no illicit sex, and no meat eating, and their positive correlations, which for intoxicants was the practice of austerity, and for gambling was the practice of truthfulness, and for illicit sex the practice of cleanliness, and for meat eating the practice of compassion. So basically your idea was that with your practice of abstaining from intoxicants, if you're practicing austerity, if you're naturally practicing austerity in a spontaneous kind of way, then the intoxicants is less of a problem to your practice or to your attachment. And if truthfulness has become a spontaneous aspect of your practice, then naturally gambling is not going to be an issue. And if you're practicing cleanliness around like your home and your body and aspects like that, then illicit sex or things like that are not really as much of a problem. And if compassion has become natural to you, then meat eating is naturally not really something to worry about. And in terms of chanting a certain amount or something like that, once it's become kind of naturally to always be associating with the Lord, you can be sort of more spontaneous with when you chant and how long you chant, and it kind of becomes more about the natural relationship or the natural affection. And with the system of Patanjali, it's really it's important that you've got your you can cover your yama and niyama by practicing your knowledge, keeping up on knowledge and your reading and stuff like that, and doing the yama by practicing the regulative principles and their positive correlations, and then you do your asanas and your pranayama and pratyahara, and you can chant and always devote it to the Lord in that practice, and your dharana and your jhana and samadhi can all be covered in your chanting and in your association with the Lord and the depth of your meditation practice. After a good foundation of knowledge, your faith becomes better and stronger, and then attachment arises, and then you can get into your emotions, your relationship with the Lord, your relationships with other people, and love develops, and longing, and your deity worship, you carry that right through from the beginning, when the inner child really needed that figure to be there to show that the Lord was there. That figure will always be there, like the inner child is always within us, the creative, spontaneous, loving inner child, and just the same, it can have he can have his deities and all the nice things that Bhakti Yoga has in it, and we can offer our prasadam to Krishna in front of our deity, um, and offer all these nice things, all these nice seeds and nuts and fruit and vegetables and all the good stuff that will make us happy and and will um, please the Lord. And um, you can go for walks and do the weightlifting and your dancing and yoga and tai chi, and stuff like that, and keep doing the shadow work, making sure that you're dealing to that shadow aspect, doing your psychological kind of stuff, and then ultimately the only rule, if there's a rule, the only rule is to surrender to the Lord personally, and it's just between you and him or her, and that's kind of the only thing that you have to do, is just approach the Lord direct, and that's it. And that's the culmination of the path, is spontaneous, to be spontaneously attracted and to spontaneously do all these things, choosing what rules should be followed, and what maybe not as necessary or something like that, and and kind of being your own guru, being a guru for yourself, and so that's the summary and conclusion of our talk, and blessings to you, and I hope that that you've got something out of it, and that you watch more videos in the future, or so. Peace.